Today we will understand some theoretical concepts on receivables management, that is financing receivables. Okay, some concept on financing receivables. First is pledging and factoring. Okay, pledging and factoring. In today's context, that is pledging of accounts receivable and factoring have emerged as an important source of financing of accounts receivable nowadays. So pledging and factoring are an important source of financing of accounts receivable. Okay, so let us understand these two terms, concepts. Pledging. Pledging means what? It refers to use of firms receivable to secure a short-term loan. So pledging, you might have also heard this term, that if you can keep the current assets example and take a short-term loan against that, so that is pledging. Okay, that is movable properties or short current assets of the business. If you are keeping, on basis of that you are taking loan, short-term loan, that is the pledging. Okay, so receivables are current assets. We know that because receivables will be shown under balance sheet current assets part. Okay, so this refers to the use of firms receivable to secure a short-term loan. So you will pledge your receivables, and on basis of that you will take the loan. Okay, like stock also you can pledge. Okay, on basis of stock you can take the loans, short-term loans. Okay, so that is all called as working capital finance. So after cash, a firm's receivables can be termed as its most liquid assets. So first liquid asset is cash always, because nothing else can substitute cash. Because if you are having cash, it is the most liquid asset. Cash and bank both. After that, you can say receivables is the next liquid asset, because it is acting as a prime collateral for secured loan. So if you are having good debtors composition, on basis of that you can easily get the loan. Okay, lender scrutinizes the quality of account receivable. Very important. Just now we have discussed, you should have a good account receivable combination, composition. Okay, selects acceptable accounts, creates a lien on collateral, and fixes a percentage of financing receivables. Okay, so all the debtors may not be good debtors. Okay, so lender will see your ledger properly, debtors ledger. On basis of that, they will select the acceptable receivables, who are the quality debtors. Okay, that you can easily understand from the past payment details. So those who are prompt in payment, they have not defaulted till now, they pay the amount timely, they can be selected for the financing purpose. Okay, or there may be debtors who will be overdue. Okay, that you are giving them 30 days time, they will not pay even after 40 days, 50 days. So such debtors bank will not consider for giving loan. They will select only quality accounts receivable. Okay, on basis of that, they will prepare a list and they will give the loan, short-term loan, ranging from 50 to 90%, depending upon your quality. If you are having a good composition of debtors, quality debtors are there, you will get more percentage. Okay, so this is the pledging concept. Similarly, you can use it for stock also. You can pledge your stock and take loans, etc. Short-term loan or working capital finance. Next, a very important concept, factoring. So this much understood, everybody? So now next is factoring. Factoring is a relatively new concept. What is the concept or meaning of factoring? Factoring means sale of accounts receivable to a factor or a financial agency. In factoring, what will be done? You will sell your debtors to an organization or agency called factor or a financial agency. They will purchase your debtors. On the basis of that, they will pay you the amount. Okay. So this is the concept of factoring. A factor is a firm. Okay. It is an organization firm that acquires the receivables of other firms. Very important. Note and keep. Factor is a firm that acquires the receivables of other firm. So they will buy your debtors. And once you have sold the debtors, that debtors will become their debtors and they will collect the amount from debtors, etc. They will manage the debtors. Okay. Factoring lays down the condition for sale in a factoring agreement. The factor agency bears the risk of collection, services the account for a fee. So once you have sold the debtor, everything will be taken care by the factoring. This factoring concept is more detailed discussed in your semester 6. Okay. So practical illustration on factoring will be there in the semester 6. Okay. So just now understand only the theoretical concept. What is factoring? Factoring is the outright sales of accounts receivable to a factor. Okay. Who will purchase your data and they will agree to bear the risk of collection, etc., bad debts, etc. See, firm will sell the goods to the customer, so they will become your debtors. Then firm will sell this customer to the factor. Okay, and in return, factor will give them a payment, agreed percentage of accounts receivable, and customer will directly pay to the factor. So this is known as factoring arrangement. So firm will sell the goods to the customer. So actual debtor relationship is between the firm and the customer, but firm will sell the customer to the factor, that is accounts receivable, and in return they will pay them the percentage, and when customer will directly make the payment to the factor. So this is known as factoring agreement or factoring arrangement. Now, factoring arrangement can be of two types. One is recourse basis and non-recourse basis. If your factoring agreement arrangement between the factor and the company is on recourse basis. So in agreement, you're saying that factoring agreement is on recourse basis. It means that if the factor is unable to collect the amount from receivable, then they can turn back the same to the organization. Okay. So if you are making a recourse agreement, then there is always risk will be there. Okay, because if factor is not able to collect the amount from the customer, they will revert it again back to the company only. Okay, such type of agreements are known as a recourse agreement. Okay, and in non-recourse agreement, once you have sold the debtors to the factor, everything will be taken care by them. If customer does not pay the amount, then also it is their risk only. They will not send back the accounts receivable to the company. Okay, so non-recourse means factor bears the ultimate risk. So just understand, recourse means it is like you can return. A factor can return if there is no payment. And in non-recourse basis, factor once you have sold, everything is complete. Okay, ultimate risk will be bared by the factor only. So in that case, they will charge higher commission. Okay, so two types are there, recourse and non-recourse. It will all depend upon the agreement. So agreement should be proper. How it is written, agreement, that you should understand properly between the two parties, that is the company and the factor. So practical illustration is not required for this semester. It will be there in the next semester only. So now we will not discuss about the practical illustration. Okay, so everybody understood this much about receivables management? Any confusion is there?